so I want to get stronger. And to do that, I'll need lots of titles, specifically boss titles. If you solo kill a boss 50 times, you get their title. These titles usually give you small bonuses, like 50 extra health and 25 stamina. But the harder bosses give you some very useful stats, like crit chance and damage reduction. So today, I'll be killing every boss 50 times, to get their boss title. First I'll go over the titles I already have. So far, I have the Kaden, Akaza, Flesh Monster, and Enmu titles. The Akaza, Flesh Monster, and Enmu titles were obtained in my Mugen Train video, and gave me 1% crit chance and 0.5% damage reduction. And the Kaden title was just me doing some random grinding. We'll start the journey in Ouwohana, simply because the tier 5 bosses spawn here, and I want to get their titles as fast as possible. Tenjin, Doma, and Rengoku all give 0.5% crit chance, and Akaza gives 0.5% damage reduction. Because the tier 5 bosses spawn every 15 minutes. In the meantime, I'll farm Muchiro Takato, the Snow Trainee, and the Nome Bandit. So it's been a few hours later, and I got the title for Muchiro Takato. So I'll replace Takito with the Sound Trainee, and continue grinding the Nome Bandit and Snow Trainee. A few more hours later, and I have the titles for the Snow Trainee, Nome Bandit, and Sound Trainee. I've also been grinding the tier 5 bosses whenever they spawn, and so far I'm making good progress. Right now my strategy is to farm Akaza, then Tenjin, then Rengoku, and finally Doma. Then in the downtime I farm some other bosses, and rinse and repeat, until I get all the titles. Right now I'm killing the Slasher Demon and Inosuke, and since Inosuke spawns in the Beast Cave, I have to come up with a plan to not waste lots of time coming in and out of the Beast Cave every time I want to kill Inosuke. So I decided to set my spawn point in the Beast Cave, and after I kill the Slasher Demon, I'll let one of the demons that spawn in the cave kill me, so I respawn in the Beast Cave, and save time traveling. And whenever I'm not doing that, I'll be farming the tier 5 bosses, and also killing Enmu. Enmu is a special boss, because he only spawns at night, making it pretty annoying to kill him 50 times. So whenever it's night, I'll have to make sure to kill him a few times. Some more grinding later, and I have the titles for the Slasher Demon and Inosuke. The only titles left in Ouwohana are the tier 5 bosses, Enmu, Renpeki, and Swampy. Enmu and Swampy both only spawn at night, so those will be pretty annoying to get titles for. And I'm getting closer and closer to getting the titles for the tier 5 bosses. So let's continue grinding. So I finally got the first tier 5 boss title. And unfortunately, that's the only one you'll get to see, because after this point, all my files got corrupted. So hours and hours of grinding went down the drain. But luckily, the files for map 1 are still usable. So I'll just go over a little rundown of everything I got from the corrupted files. Shortly after Rengoku, I got the titles for Tenjin and Akaza. And a little bit later, I got the title for Doma. Then I started focusing on grinding Renpeki, Swampy, and Enmu. I got the title for Enmu pretty quickly. And then shortly after, I got Renpeki's too. Then I grinded Swampy for about an hour, before I was able to get the last title in Ouwohana. Here we are in map 1. These bosses will be much easier to grind compared to Ouwohana. They have less health, and don't have 15-minute spawn times. So this grind should be much faster. We'll start off with grinding Sharon and Jiyu at the Butterfly Mansion. Then grinding Zenitsu and Zuko, and repeating this process. Then at night, I'll go to the Awabashi home, and farm Yahiba and Susumaru. After the first few hours of grinding in map 1, I finally got my first title. And now that I have Zenitsu's title, I'll just grind Shirin, Giyu, and Zuko. Then at night, I'll grind Shirin and Giyu, then Susumaru and Yahaba, and leave out Zuko, mainly because Zuko is really easy to grind, and he won't be an issue. A few more hours later, and I got the titles for Shirin, Giyu, and Zuko. Now I'll be grinding Sanemi and Sabito in the daytime, and Yahaba and Susumaru at nighttime. And once I get all of those titles, I'll have Nezuko left as the final boss to grind. After even more grinding, I have the titles for Susumaru and Yahaba, so I don't have to wait until night to start grinding bosses anymore. But now let's finish the last bit of grinding for Sanemi and Sabito, and move on to the final boss, Nezuko. We got Sanemi's title, and are close to Sabito's title, so let's continue grinding. Sabito's title is obtained. There is now only one more boss, Nezuko, so let's do this last bit of grinding, and finally have every title. We finally did it. We got every single boss title in the game. I can now rest easy. There isn't any more bosses to grind. Motherfucker. Yeah, there is no way I'm grinding for the hand demon title. Since my vacation is over, there will be a lot of videos coming soon. Bye.